What it do, what it do, how y'all feeling? Welcome to Ash Neil's Radio. I am your host, Ash Neil. That is I. So, we talking to y'all. Yes, financial media is going nuts. Now, I don't know if you've been following this GameStop saga, AMC saga. I've been a part of it for years. But lately, the situation has came back around, just like the market, and financial media they just don't know how to act. They don't. They're going crazy because Keith Gill, I'll give you a rundown if you haven't been following. He bought 100 and some thousand contracts of GameStop, and 5 million shares or some sort, a few weeks ago. I don't even know how long ago. And last week, he was getting ready to make a big move, and that move was selling his contracts or exercising his contracts. So he ended up exercising some and selling some and added to his position. So now that he has 9.1 million shares of GameStop, the news is going crazy. Yep, they are, you guys. They are, and we going to watch this play out.
We're also watching shares of GameStop this morning. Keith Gill, also known as Roaring Kitty, appears to have increased his position in the company. He posted another YOLO update on Reddit last night, reflecting a stake of more than 9 million shares and just over $6 million in cash. That compares to just 5 million shares and 120,000 call options against GameStop back on June 2nd when Gill first started reporting his GameStop positions. It's not clear whether he sold some or all of his GameStop call contracts or he exercised some of the options early to try and add to that game.
Becky, are you okay? Look at Becky. They stressed out. They looking stressed out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lord.
Stop stake. We had seen that earlier, the volume that had picked up, and a lot of traders were speculating that was him liquidating some of that call option position. GameStop's annual shareholder meeting yesterday was disrupted by computer problems as the servers there crashed under this overwhelming interest. A lot of people trying to log into the live stream. That stock this morning is...
Yep. A lot of us. We all were there. We all were trying to log into this live stream, see what was about to happen with this shareholder meeting. And it crashed. Yep, it did. And keep it 100. CNBC and all of you guys were trying to watch it too. It sure was. Hedge funds and everybody. That's why it crashed.
It's down by about 1.3%. For the year to date, it's up by 63%, 2873.
I don't know what to make of that.
I don't either.
Bloomberg reporting meme stock investor Keith Gill, better known as Roaring Kitty, is exiting his entire options position in GameStop. A screenshot of his E-Trade portfolio no longer includes the calls set to expire next week. Roaring Kitty's cash position dipping to $6.3 million from nearly $30 million on Monday. Lisa, quick stock check. We're up by about 2% in the pre-market.
So he's moving out of his options. However, he has increased his stake in GameStop, his actual cash stake in shares, to become one of the biggest investors in this name, in GameStop. He is up there. There are only 3 other investors who own more than 9 million shares of GameStop as he does. That include BlackRock, Vanguard, and RC Ventures. So it sort of raises this question of just what his influence is going to be and what will Roaring Kitty do next?
Still waiting to see. Have we ever seen Vlad Tenev and Keith Gill in the same room? Has it ever happened?
You're going to start this rumor, really?
They look identical.
You think that's going to happen?
I'm not the only one saying that.
Okay.
They look identical.
Do you want to make some of the conspiracy
like the same
theory?
person. No, no conspiracy.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Nigga, please, hold on. Now, I've been part of this saga for a while. Like I said, years. That's the first time I heard that. I didn't know that these people thought they were two different people. Oh, shit, you guys. Oh, shit. We have came to a cold-ass point. Now, I could have sworn Keith Gill and Vlad both testified in front of Congress about this whole GameStop situation. And I could be wrong. But I think they had their own line of questioning. I think so, personally. Now, this is this is back in the day when GameStop took off, and Keith Gill, Gabe Plotkin, Ken Griffin, and Vlad, they were all called to Congress to talk about it, right? And you tell me if these are two different people. Hold up.
That was taking place, the algorithms that were there, the different business models, they didn't work because you outsmarted the system, so to speak. Would you like to comment on that, on that sort of questions and how I formatted that?
Thank you for the question, Congressman. I would say my expertise is in analyzing the business, the fundamentals of the business, not so much on the inner workings of the market.
There's Roaring Kitty. That's Keith, for those who don't know.
I'm not so sure about legislation per se. What I would say is that increased transparency could help. That if someone like me could have a better understanding of how those types of things work, I feel as though it would be quite beneficial to retail investors.
Thank you for that. I know that Mr. Tevin, Robinhood has an interesting name. As I recall, the old story is take from the rich, give to the poor. And I assume what you're doing is allowing the poor to compete with the rich, which is interesting. You made the comment in your testimony, Mr. Tevin, about settling this in real time. We have the electronic ability to do this. I think that will probably help the situation that occurred here. But what other problems occur when you do this in real time? What other things would we have to look at? What other unintended consequences would there be if you did something like that?
Thank you, Congressman, for the question. I believe that right now, certain market participants rely on...
Who was that? Who was that? For everybody in the community, they know who that is. That's Vlad. Robinhood, the Robinhood guy. Now, forgive me. Did Keith Gill just cut his hair, change his outfit, and ran to another room? Because this guy and this guy don't look alike to me, personally. So you mean to tell me that in financial media, these Bloomberg people and such, they believe a conspiracy theory that Keith Gill and Vlad Tenev is the same person. You guys, I think personally, I think we fucked them up. I think we did. I think we messed these people up. They don't know how to act no more. And it's getting amazing. It's getting amazing to watch. I swear to God.
Conspiracy theories. I had a really weird conspiracy theory yesterday that I'll talk about another time.
Yeah, not in there.
Something like that. Yeah, not in there.
We're also watching shares of GameStop this morning as Keith Gill, of course, Roaring Kitty, appears to be increasing his position in the company. Gill posted another YOLO update on the Superstock forum on Reddit last night. It appears to show he's holding more than 9 million shares and just over $6 million in cash. So take a look at the chart. You can see shares are down about 3% right now in the pre-market. They're down 39, almost 40% since Gill returned to YouTube last week. Big drop off.
Look at that smile. Look at that laugh. It's down 40% since he came back to YouTube. Shut your ass up. Look at y'all. Y'all can't talk about nothing else. Y'all can't. Y'all act like GameStop wasn't at $9 a few weeks ago. And now you laughing that it's down today or that day. It's getting hilarious, you guys. It's getting hilarious.
Since Roaring Kitty's big return.
You want to talk about GameStop and Keith Gill? Because that's what I was...
He is.
We should mention it because...
You know what? He's now the man. He has so much money, he's become the man. He was sticking it to the man. Now he is the man.
He had options on 120,000 call options. They were going to expire on June 21st. He seems to have sold about 80,000 of them, but
he essentially
exercised some and went from 5 million shares of ownership to about 9 million shares.
That's a huge position.
It is a big position in GameStop. You can figure out the math there.
They've got to break all those leases and move.
Now, 9.1 million shares, I guess. I think they say, what is it, like 2.1% of the company. A lot of rumors are going around that maybe Roaring Kitty's going to be part of the board. That's what they feel the meeting was about. So we don't know. I don't know. Me personally, I don't know shit. But we about to see. Come Monday, we about to see. But they are going crazy.
Move into another business. He is now the third largest shareholder after Vanguard, never mind, Ryan Cohen is.
Ryan Cohen. Yeah, but he is the second largest individual shareholder.
You got to hope that Ryan's got a game plan, David. What do you think he's thinking?
$10+ billion market value. They've raised $3 billion in new equity. They already had $1 billion in cash. So they got about $4 billion in cash.
They can break every single week. So you can write a check to Simon Properties, write a check to everybody, get out of that stupid business, reinvent themselves at something that's worth more than 30, and I think they'll do that. Okay. It makes too much sense.
Okay.
There's your man, David. Einstein.
There it is. It's a week ago since we got that great performance. Genius. Just pure genius.
Pure
What's
genius.
Picasso say about that?
Yeah, Picasso has a lot to say. Or as I refer to him, Pablo.
Pablo?
Yeah, Pablo.
Did you take spots and dots at Art Appreciation
I
course?
did not.
You should have. That was a gut. Listen,
Pablo, when he died.
You just had to know Frank Stella.
Pablo was a
you know Frank Stella.
We're just thinking everything's Spain. Everything's
that's a great
Picasso
country, man. It's a great country.
Yeah.
And finally, we have to end our week by talking about GameStop. Keith Gill, known as Roaring Kitty.
They got to end their week by talking about Keith Gill. You guys, this is how they're going to end their week. Lord.
He seemed to increase his ownership in GameStop common stock. Now appears to be holding more than 9 million shares. He posted a new screenshot of his E-Trade portfolio on Reddit's Superstock forum after the bell yesterday. Shares today are moving to the downside. They're down just flipping over 2% here. But it's interesting that this post seemed to be the biggest catalyst for the movement that we're seeing in this stock to the downside. But he's still continues to be one of the top 4 holders of GME. The others are, I think, Vanguard is among them, BlackRock as well. So he's certainly the biggest individual investor. It's not necessarily a bearish signal for the people who love Keith Gill. But we're still seeing moves to the downside.
Yeah, again, his portfolio no longer showing or no longer including the 120,000 call options. And then those were set to expire next week. So I don't necessarily think that's huge surprise here to many on the street. He remains invested, it seems like, at least to GameStop, really backing what he has said, or what he has signaled, I should say, through his social media outlets over the last several weeks. So again, we are seeing some movement here to the downside from GameStop, but this is a stock, clearly it's been on quite a wild ride here over the last several weeks, ever since we did have Keith Gill return to social media for the first time, reigniting some of that excitement, reigniting certainly his fan base surrounding GameStop. And you can see that on that year-to-date chart on the right half of the screen.
Yeah. Downside. That's their MO. That's it. That's all they got. They don't even want to entertain the fact that a lot of these people have been cost averaging down. You know what I mean? When GameStop was trading at $9, $10, a lot of people seen that. Not just Roaring Kitty, but it is what it is. We're going to sit here and let them entertain us, because for some reason, I think we winning. I do. That's why I bought more. And we're going to continue to play this shit out, because Lord have mercy, we get some drastic news. I swear, I promise y'all, I'll be here to cover it. Yeah.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel where I bring you content like this, plus more. But if you don't want to miss a moment, they say you got to hit that little notification bell. All right? I love y'all. I'm out of here. Peace. Yeah.